In this next topic, we're all waiting for this Model 3 Highland refresh, and every single day it seems like there are more and more leaks or rumors or something. So let's just go through what has, I guess, transpired in the last day. So if you're just joining in, my name is Dennis. I love talking about Tesla hacking, so definitely hit that subscribe if you're interested. Here is this post from Christopher Jungeon for re-highlighting it. It's from SF Tahoe or Amy. Model 3 Dimensions or the Highland seem to have been released, plus some other things. We've already heard about this in the past, but the Model 3 Highland is supposed to have ventilated / cooled seats, which that's a huge upgrade, especially because Model S and Model X currently have it. So it's bringing a feature that is, I guess, defined as luxury or really comfort to the Model 3. Even if it's an option, if it's $500 to $1,000, it's definitely worth it. Ventilated seats in, of course, places that are super toasty, like California, Arizona, maybe even Texas, and of course Florida. But taking a look at this post, shout out to Zong on X. Tesla's new Model 3 is attracting a lot of attention. Really, is it? Quote, and Tesla is preparing for its production capacity for the upcoming sales explosion. Sources familiar with the matter have told us that Tesla's new Model 3 will be delivered at the end of September. In order to ensure the supply of production capacity, the battery production line in phase 1 of the Shanghai factory, which has been shut down, is also scheduled to resume production in September. At quote, at present, part of the production line personnel and section back to work. There are also lost, if not clear, to how much the final recovery. The source is 36KR. So we've been hearing this a lot, that this Model 3 refresh Highland is supposed to be coming out in September. And also, of course, with that, there's going to be a lot of demand. Here's another tweet from Zong. Word on the street is that the Tesla Model 3 turn signal controls are integrated into the steering wheel and shifting gears is done through the screen. So this is exactly how the Model S is currently. And also the Model X. So that's really no surprise. We've actually seen this same leak before in the past as well. So really makes a lot of sense. It's going to be looking just like this with no turn signals. So sorry if you like turn signals, but what I can tell you is we do have a Model X and we had the Model S and then the Model Y and the Model 3 beforehand. Once you get used to this setup, you'll never really want those turn signals again. And of course, the one thing is definitely weird is the drive and reverse on the screen where you swipe up and then swipe back. But once you get used to it again, you certainly don't want to go back to it. So this seems to make sense because they're trying to reduce costs on materials, because this is the interior spy shot that we saw a while ago. Shout out to Christopher, in which the turn signals weren't necessarily there and the shifting was most likely done on the screen. So I could easily see that being the case. Here's another thing that just popped up that is Model 3 Highland related. Seems like there's high temperature testing going on in Shanghai, Xinjiang, China, which we have not seen this in the United States. And I think the only other video we saw was the older Model 3 in Dubai, which we have no idea when that actually came out. But of course, here are the dimensions as reviewed on that first post. You can see it's a little bit longer, slightly lower, a bit longer, and probably at the end of the day, more aggressive. We've got the Model S. If you haven't seen it, Model S is a very, very aggressive car in terms of the stance of it, the lowered ability because of the air suspension. And so if the Model 3 comes out to be similar to that, it is going to look very, very, very nice. Here's another post from Wuwa. According to news, on August 25th, Tesla Shanghai factory conducted a full-day production test for the new Model 3. The new Model 3 has been sent to relevant departments for testing and is waiting for release from the Ministry of Industry and Information Technology. So seems like it feels like we're getting close. Of course, Tesla has been very tight-lipped about this, and also Elon also pretty tight-lipped. So we'll see what's actually going to be happening. Of course, there's another post from Tesla North talking about how the Model 3 refresh is set to deliver in September. So it seems like a lot of different things. Maybe this is probably the worst kept secret or worst kept rumor that is going to be happening, but it seems like everything is pointing to September. And on top of that, everything is pointing to a Tesla China release in September. So sorry to everybody for the US, but it looks like China is going to get it first, and then it might trickle down to an order page or some sort of order event to the US. So we've said it in the past, but it seems like Tesla US is focusing on the Tesla Cybertruck delivery, which makes a lot of sense. And then Tesla China Shanghai is focusing on the Model 3 Highland delivery. But definitely some pretty interesting stuff. Let me know what your thoughts on it. We're going to jump into the next topic. But before we do that, this video is actually sponsored by my Patreon link. Top below in the description is the Patreon link. Support the channel and get access to the ultimate Tesla buying guide out there with all the best interest rates for financing your Tesla. So definitely check it out. Patreon link down below in the description.